So the theme of this interseasonal is going to be horror, and I already have a bad feeling about this. I'm not really good with horror, and it's not only because I'm dead and stuff, it's more because of the uncertainty of the genre in general. Like comedy, horror is a very hard thing to do, for just like different people have different sense of humor, different people are scared by different things, and that's even if our job is to scare people and not just gross them out or go existential on their asses. And it's not like it's a bad thing, different types of horror are just that, but for things like me, the scariest situation is the one I can personally be affected by, and I'm too paranoid to be affected by all those slender curses and cursed tapes and whatever else is popular right now or back then. It doesn't help that, like with comedy, horror is riddled with boring and pointless mediocrity. Western horror can be roughly divided into slashers, survival, weird shit, and everything else. Japanese horror can be roughly divided into ghosts, that short shit that's equivalent to children's camp stories, existential, and Western copycats. Not a lot of space to go, really. Well, at least I can probably laugh at some of these, that's something. Mayoiga is a 2016 horror anime created by Diomedea, the creators of... Why am I not surprised? It technically tells us a story. Basically, there are these 30-or-something teenagers who heard stories online about a village called Nanakimura that is supposedly located in such bumfuck nowhere that the local police and authorities can't find it, so it was declared an urban legend. But since life of a regular Japanese teenager sucks balls, they all decided to go to that abandoned village and live there, and my suspension of disbelief is already ruined. You guys do know that you live in Japan, right? This is a country that has dozens of villages like that. Hell, Tokyo has at least 4 of them from my memory alone, but instead of just deciding to live in those, hell, even set in a village that has some old people in it for help, you decided to take a bus organized by this fuck who even looks like a child trafficker and just take a random-ass chance to live in a village or be sold to an Arabian sheik as a sex slave. We're not off to a good start, are we? And of course they find this mysterious village, and of course weird ghost shit starts to happen, but those aren't just ghosts. They're kinda like nightmares, you know, the things that sit on your chest while you sleep and take form of your worst fears? Kinda like that, but in reality all of this is a pocket dimension, and all of the show happened because this bitch didn't read the fucking manual, and it all ends in that half of them fuck off where they came from, and the other half chooses to live in that village. The end. This show is the amalgamation of everything bad in Japanese horror. A cast of colorful but retarded characters that in the end of the day only whine or can't even be differentiated other than by their looks, the god-awful 3D that is ultimately forgettable, and of course my favorite, plot twists. Deus Ex Machina doesn't even begin to describe the levels of plot twists these shows usually have. At least Mirai Nikki's plot twist makes sort of sense in retrospect. Here the twist is essentially a glorified monster battle made because our protagonist's friend subconsciously wants to fuck him, and also science stuff. The graphics are mediocre and similar to other Diomedea's works. The music is forgettable. My employer said that the opening song is good, but I don't understand why they think so. Find the song to Higurashi and listen to it. Even if you don't know Japanese, the flow of the song shows that this is going to be a serious show. Listen to opening. It's dynamic, it sounds a bit like a Gorillaz song, it shows that it's going to be an action anime. Now listen to Mayonnaise opening. If I haven't watched it, I would say that this is an opening to some shitty shonen adaptation. The best thing I can say about it is that this show was doomed from the premise alone, so I had zero expectations going into it, and I wasn't disappointed in the slightest. And you know what's the saddest part about this all? At least another that has a pretty similar plot and is similarly god-awful had made me laugh purely because of how retarded the last act was. Here it's just boring, and that's pretty much why I'm probably sounding disjointed. Watching this anime is like traveling to Mongolia. Unless you're into dust in your trousers and minus 40 degrees Celsius during summer nights, then all you take out of it is that it has a lot of Soviet buildings and local archers are very dangerous.